Hello, welcome to my ADI Part 3 series where I get all the answers about the tests from an ex-ADI enforcement officer, the people who will conduct your Part 2, Part 3 and standards check tests. I've put 16 of the most burning questions that both PDIs and ADIs ask about the test, and in this video I ask the question, what pupil should I bring to the test? Next, probably the second most popular question, or joint is what pupil should I use? What pupil do I bring? What's the ideal one for a Part 3?
Probably someone that could, like I said earlier, someone that could drive out of reasonable standards. So someone that maybe struggled with a particular problem, but they could drive towards where that problem was, or maybe someone that just didn't check the limits. Something where there is a problem or a number of problems, but they are easily dealt with on the move and you can easily control and have a conversation with this person. It's not desirable if the person's a licence holder. You are allowed to bring a licence holder, and we do, the emergency services do sometimes also do Part 2, so it's very common we'll have a licence holder for that, but they're teaching a very particular thing usually. In normal cases, in normal driving instructors, they might bring their husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it might be. It's harder because a lot of instructors don't often at that level, at a PDI level, have much experience with teaching a licence holder, and as a result they tend to over-instruct, over-talk. It comes across sometimes a little bit patronising. You think, oh, you know, you're a bit over the top here, and they'd be saying things like, you know, I've got pedals and things. You think, that shouldn't be necessary. They legally don't need you here. But it does work. I have seen cases where it's been like the PDI has brought along girlfriend's about to go on an advanced driving course with the police, but beforehand they just want a few tips on things to sort of help with them, and they'll then be talking about cruise control or block gear, you know, just things that can help them. They might not be doing there every day, and that's genuine learning, but you've got to be quite careful of how you're pitching it with that.
So basically avoid a beginner, or
you can't bring someone,
no beginners.
Yeah.
Someone that could drive from the test centre. If you're a PDI, you deal with learners every day, so you're best to stick to your day job and
stick to something
you've got experience of doing, and avoid the full licence owner.
Unless that's what you're comfortable, you know, really seriously comfortable.
So a police trainer doing this might think, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I've quite commonly seen the ambulance service usually bring up people where it might be that they're driving a big boxy van with no centre mirror, and now they're in response vehicles. They now have to interact with a centre mirror, and the weight of the vehicle is different, the planning is different, the accelerator, and they'll do a very specific route, and in that route they'll say, you know, in an ambulance you'd be doing this, but what do you think the differences are now, and that kind of thing. That's probably the only real time I've ever seen a licence holder genuinely work, and that's just because everything about them is geared up to that specific thing. For most driving instructors, you know, when I was teaching, I never did a licence holder. It was all learners.
Yeah. So stick
to what you know.
Bring a pupil that needs something to help with, that they can improve on. And if you've got that, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I think that answers that one.
I think it answers that one. Done.
Good.